Under the sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. Flourish pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits roll. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, we're a united band.
All right, welcome to the Blitz, Southwest Space and Treasure Coast edition. Happy National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week. All right. Welcome everybody. Hey, Winston, you missed the Southwest show. You didn't miss the Tampa Bay show, but glad you're here, man.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Emery said he just got a YouTube Christmas ad from Harbor Freight showing Santa using a power saw, and it's not even December yet. It's November. Thanksgiving comes first. Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Before you pull that up, hold on. Before you pull that up,
I don't even know where I put it.
You don't know where you put it at? Oh boy.
Oh, there it is.
Oh boy. You know, I got something I think I can do here. And that is, where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go here? Did I lose it? Oh no. Oh no.
What'd you lose?
My Mr. Turkey's gone. All right. Anyways, as you see here, I'll bring this up here full screen here so y'all can see it. December Fat Boy, this is for my holiday. This month is for my holiday. Now hop in that sleigh and what's your turn?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, indeed. It is hard to believe it's the month of November already.
Best month of the year.
All that turkey, ham, everything that you need. Yes, indeed. I'll have to figure it out. Chase Kaler, genuine question. Do you think Trinity Catholic will play in the first? Who do you think Trinity Catholic? Well, Trinity Catholic's North Central Florida, which is tomorrow night, but we'll answer that because, well, several options. Trinity Christian might be an option. University Christian might be an option. Episcopal might be an option. McClay might be an option. There's several. Yeah. That's the big thing.
It's been an interesting week, and it's going to be an interesting week. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. It really it is gonna be an interesting week here, Chris, with everything that's going off. Ready for playoff announcements Thursday, which, by the way, let me just go ahead and do that here while I look up something else's, and then we'll go ahead and do that. I'll bring this up here on the screen here. Chris, tell them what we're doing Thursday.
Oh, playoff. Thursday, 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll have a projected playoff bracket before they show up. And then after that, the FHSAA will reveal their bracket at noon. Then the pit bracket at 1:30 or 2:30, I think. I can't remember what time it is.
The FIT, so the regular playoff brackets will be at noon, and the FIT brackets will be at 2 o'clock.
There you go.
Hey, Winston, by the way, Winston, we do get money still, even if you get the premium on YouTube, but we still get some money off of you. So they send us for the so we win on both ends on this one. So by the way, I think I may have found what I was looking for here, and I will have to get that up here in just a moment here. But Chris, let's go ahead and let's get into the Blitz lines here. Because we'll have a lot to talk about here in just a few minutes here with everything that's happened in the last 24 hours here. But man, Chris, again, a lot that has happened here, and but let's talk about it here. I said last week on the show, of course you weren't on the show late shows last week because of the conflicting schedule, but I said that I felt like this was a trap game, Palm Beach Gardens and Melbourne. I felt like it was a trap game for Melbourne because if they lost that game, it was going to really impact their playoff seeding. Of course, you and Rena were Melbourne picks and everybody, but Palm Beach Gardens came up with a big win, handing Melbourne their fourth loss of the season. Not the motivation you need to, not the way you want to go entering postseason.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me a little bit that Melbourne fell flat on that game. So yeah.
No, I was really stunned there, and I was like, okay, well, what do we got here? And that's the thing that I'm just like, okay, well, what's next? Because looking at that, we had Merritt Island and Vieira, and I want to say, Chris, I know for some reason I got to pull it up here in front of me here, but I didn't. Why is it going on that? Because I've got the results page right here, and going to that Merritt Island, Vieira, Merritt Island 35-14 over Vieira, and Merritt Island now 6-3 right now. We do have that game going on between Merritt Island and Vieira, and Merritt Island O'Galley. Sorry, Merritt Island O'Galley. I'm reading Merritt Island Vieira here on my sheet. Talking about that game, but Merritt Island and O'Galley.
It's halftime right now.
Yeah, and that one is right now. It says O'Galley 20, Merritt Island 14 halftime right now. So and that is for the district. I want to say district 3A8 championship, or is it 3A7? I'm sorry, I got to pull it up. It might say, is it 3A8 that I'm?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. District 3A8 because that's an interesting region 2, where it kind of goes from being Central Florida over to the West Coast, and then takes a whole total jog over towards over to Brevard County, and so it's like talk about malfunction junction. There you go. Yeah. Fort Pierce Westwood, Fort Pierce Central, that one in the showdown between those two programs there in Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce Central wins that game. Fort Pierce Central 9-1 on the season. I tried to get Fort Pierce Central's head coach on and did not get a response back. So some of y'all that watch and listen, when we try to get schools and they don't respond back, but maybe it was too close to, I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah. Makeup games today. Scorestream will have the makeup games. Well, we're reporting the game because we're watching actually real time updates coming through on X. So there's people at these games. The first game, the one game, DeLand Spruce Creek 7-8-2. That's already done deal. 42-0 as Emory posted that we talked about. DeLand a perfect 10-0 on the season. Rockledge and Cocoa, the barbecue bowl. Well, you know what? Yeah, that wasn't much of a barbecue, but more barbecue for the Cocoa than Rose for Rockledge. 36-0.
More like burnt barbecue.
Burnt barbecue, indeed. And by the way, I'm going to pull this up here because my understanding was this: that Cocoa and Apopka were going to make up Monday, but guess what? Didn't happen. Did not happen. Apopka, their season's over with. Cocoa, regular season's done. They're district champs. Winners of 3 straight right now. Seems maybe Cocoa maybe finding their groove a little bit. Told y'all Cocoa was no puff. Are you telling me? Are you telling me I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Winston, are you telling me? You telling me I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what he's trying to tell me? Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! I'm in trouble now, Chris, ain't I?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, why is it not letting me get this file?
Emery, lots of barbecue and real nice and juicy.
Oh yeah, nice and juicy barbecue. Yeah, that would be nice right there for sure. But absolutely here. I'm trying to find some. I had something I was going to load in here, and I can't seem to find it here. Now all of a sudden, I don't know why they're not letting me grab this sound effect that I want. Are you serious? They don't want to let me have it. Why? I don't know. Why is it not? Maybe I'll do it this way. There we go. There we go. Anyways, as we go around the thing, West Boca and Atlantic. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not reading this. LaBelle and Satellite. Sorry. LaBelle 10-0 at Satellite 8-1. Well, guess what? Hats off to Satellite here. Big win over LaBelle and ends their season. In LaBelle's season, Satellite continues on now 9-1. I know some people say that, well, they're 10-1. That week 0 game does not count because it was against an FHSAA opponent. So we'll leave that one alone. But Satellite wins that one over LaBelle. And then Martin County, Jensen Beach, I believe the final score on this one, 7-3 Martin County. How about that?
Interesting score.
Yeah. And Emery says, I could have some barbecue ribs and hot chocolate right now. Well, the weather is just perfect for both. Maybe not together, but, you know, the barbecue ribs first, then the hot cocoa.
Yeah, barbecue and hot cocoa don't go together.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. But yeah, I will tell you, it's I mean, there's been some interesting results here and everything. And now, dang nabbit, what did it do? Okay, there. Oh, I see what it's doing. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Give me 1 second here, because
By the way, O'Galley had a 20-14 lead at the half. Yeah, he's tied in Fleming Island, still tied at 10.5. So, look to you still.
Yeah, no, I'm
halftime.
Why is it not giving me what I want? What the heck? Oh, maybe I don't know if I could get into the right folder. Maybe. I don't know. Nope, that's not it. Why is it? I swear I've
technology for you.
Yeah, technology is failing at me really bad right now. I don't know why. I don't know.
The worst luck with technology.
Oh, well, there we go. That's why. They keep saying, oh, well, no, it's not there. No, it was. No, there we go. It's because you know what? This is what I was trying to get at.
Yep.
We finally, it only took 2 shows, but we finally. All right. so let's do this. Let's take a 2-minute break. Let's come back, and then we're going to talk about the hot show that I had watched for 3 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the FHSAA reclassification coming up here in just a moment here after this 2-minute timeout here on the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz. We'll be right back right after this.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz here. That is Christopher Like over there. I'm Josh Wilson here. Great y'all are with us here. And Chris, that was my Monday morning yesterday. Whew, that was something.
Fireworks. Yeah, fireworks and interesting little diatribes out there. And he's speechless. I don't know if Josh is okay. By the way, Beachside is up to 17-10 on Fleming Island. 14 unanswered points for Beachside of Veracruz on Fleming Island tonight. Definitely a game in the third quarter. Josh has some emergency calls, so I'm going to recap the score so far. O'Galley is leading. There we
go. I somehow lost the mic there first.
Okay. O'Galley leading Merritt Island 20-14 at the half. Beachside up 17-10 over Fleming Island. And DeLand heading out First Creek 42-0. He's still having issues. So, yeah, beside 14 unanswered points, they were telling 10-3 at one point. So now they're up 17-10. Beachside wins that game. They win their district championship game, and we'll see what they do from there. Josh coming back in, coming in, them out. We'll see. went in as far as the recruiting go. We'll consider it in the future, but we'll see what happens. We're talking about it from. He said keep on moving each other. He's got having an issue with his computer. What was that? Yeah, we'll consider it for the future. We got some other things planned as well, so we'll down the future. We'll have the announcement down the line when we feel comfortable doing it. So a lot of exciting things for the future of the High School Football website coming up over the next few weeks in a couple of months to go. So there you go. A little surprised that Fort Bend Central only went for 14-6. Yeah, I know. I thought it could be a little bit more than that. That did surprise me too. I thought Fort Bend Central would kind of. I thought that game could be a lot more bigger than a margin of victory for Fort Bend Central. Interesting, yeah. Like you said, the rivalries. We'll see. As far as UFOs go, they better not test my turkey this year because it's also my birthday. So, if Josh can get into it pretty soon, he's got some computer issues right now. Josh can't seem to get back in for some reason. He may have to. For some reason, he is stuck in technology. Maybe the UFO is kind of.
All right, let's see.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, apparently one of the computers lost total connection to the internet while the other one stayed on. I don't know why it did, which was causing the whole mic to go out, everything. But now I will say this again. We will talk about what the 3 hours that I spent at the FHSAA building yesterday morning, Chris.
Yeah.
And I have to reload the stuff back up in here real quick, so forgive me, but yesterday was definitely an interesting day. Definitely a lot that happened here. Definitely a lot that I could say
an interesting day today too.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those days where I was just like, it's like, woo, yeah.
We dodged the bullet.
Yeah, we did dodge a bullet here, but so let's go ahead and talk about this here, Chris. Here, there we go. Emery just had to do it again. He had to do it again. That's once it says I was up in the Matrix. So there you go. I was up in the Matrix for a moment. All right. Yeah, I had to reconnect for everything, but all right, here we go. Let's talk about this. What we got going on here. This is from yesterday. This was the sheet. First original proposal was 5 classes plus rural, and it was the option B that they were really trying to go at. No district contests, the district tournaments week of 10 and the week 11, district champion advances, playoff bracket and number based on number of teams in class, FHA rankings for seeding. Well, let's just say that was one of those things where people with a sound mind finally realized they had to do this.
Yeah, and what's so interesting was they didn't have an option A or a plan B for this one until Monday afternoon.
Well, actually, this actually came out Sunday afternoon when Craig they had the operations committee, but this was sitting out on the table for Monday morning when I walked into the building, and it was 6 classes plus rural. Craig Damon said, "Hey, finally we realized looking at it, putting over 100 plus teams plus in a 5A and 4A situation that wasn't going to work," and so. With that said, option A, obviously see here, required district contest, the scheduled district contest according to district weeks. I threw this out to it's a contraction of one classification. I will say this. We'll talk about the other part here in just a moment. Here, we'll talk about it here in the shows here. But real quick, district champion advances playoff bracket based on the number of teams in the class. Number of at-large teams will vary. FHA rankings proceeding similar to current structure -1 class. But schools are still leaving. Right now, the last they said 492. I have heard a couple of things, potentially a couple of SHA schools actually coming back in. So we may see subtraction through addition and an addition through subtraction. So just hold tight on that one.
Yeah, if option B had passed, all things were off the rails.
Yeah, it would have been this. Some people are like, district game, like district contest. It really is. By the way, Merritt Island, O'Galley, that's not correct. Nope.
They're in the third quarter now, so.
Yeah, they're starting the fourth quarter. I believe that was O'Galley is up 20. You want to verify that? Going to verify this here real quick here because this is one of those games again. Third
quarter, it's still 14-14.
It's 14-14 because I saw a report that said it was O'Galley up 20-14, but maybe that was not correct. But we'll find out. But anyways, I did see here a post here, by the way, in the other game we are watching here, and that is the Beachside Fleming Island. Beachside is now up 17-10 on Fleming Island in the third quarter. So yes, Emery, the SSA already posted Dixie County and Lemon Bay. Hearing that DeSoto, Avon Park, and Avon Park, he said DeSoto, Avon Park, and Lake Placid are about to apply the joint if they haven't already done so. Rural has no place in the Keys. Marathon technically. Well, the rural classification. Marathon technically qualifies based upon the data that is set forth through the FHSAA. But real quick, that's the option A. So real quick, let's go to this here. The breakdown. Obviously, you see here. This is used for projections only, not exact numbers. Things could change, but they said like 492. I counted 488 based upon the numbers. The total count that would be so it's between 488 and 492. Said they're committed to the state series for next year. 85 teams in 6A to 93 in 5A, 94 for 4A, and 3A 74, 2A 55, 1A 49, and then rural at 38. Rural, there was confusion, thought they were going to have districts, but the FHA clarified today through via Brian Lester at the Navarre Press. He said he got an email back, and rural will not have districts. So there is that. Just getting on when the brackets will Joe brackets will be coming out on Thursday at noon. We'll go live at 11 to reveal our projections, what we think the brackets will look like. Obviously, what the FHA puts out on Thursday at noon. Starting then, that is when that'll be the official bracket. We will put out our projections. Who's going to be 1 through 8? But we'll do that. So we'll be live from 11 until about 3:30, 11 a.m. till 3:30 Eastern. That's 10 a.m. to 2:30 Central Time on Thursday. So, but right now, as y'all can see here, what is also interesting, Chris, go back to this here real quick, is that one of the things that the playoff brackets based on the number of teams in class, at number at large teams will vary. So the executive director will now have the authority to basically determine, okay, how many districts are per classification and the number of teams per district, and also the ability to move teams up and down in classification. So, hey, all right, I'll use a good example. Tate out in the Panhandle. Tate's usually has been the largest school out in the Panhandle for years. They could be in the based upon the projections here. They could depending on where the enrollment numbers are at. They could be the largest school, being 6A, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But the closest school might be the next closest school where they be all the way over in Jacksonville. You're not having them go play 6 hours for a district game. Not happening. Not happening. So that gives the ability for Craig Damon, the executive director of the FHSAA, to come in and say, "Hey, all right, I'm moving Tate down to 5A because Tate can't play in 6A because the next closest district opponent is going to be 6 hours away."
Yeah, and he's going to be able to change that and move teams around where that travel is not going to be much of an issue. So. Yes. Whether the team going up in classification or down in classification. So.
No, absolutely here and everything with that. So there's some things that come about. I think this should have been done years ago. Absolutely should have been done years ago. There used to be an ability where schools used to apply to be able to go up and down classification. They could apply to go up or they could apply to go down based upon certain factors. The FHA sunset that some number of years ago. But I feel like the executive director having the authority, I think it's a good idea, which just also means, by the way, so you look at 6A, you look at 5A, you look at 4A. It could be possibility of 12 districts or 16 districts. That'll be the flexibility there. It could be 12 districts to give the size and number of the number of teams per district, get it up between, 5, 6, 7, teams in the district. That's a possibility. They're looking at these numbers based on the projections. 3A, I could definitely see no more than 12 districts for that one based upon these numbers. 2A, 1A, 2A, I could see a situation where they like, hey, maybe you only need like 10 districts and not, or 8 districts.
Yeah.
You could, there's some fluctuation here. 1A, 49 schools, you probably could do about 8 districts, maybe 10, depending on what the situation is. And then rural obviously will have no districts. So let some 5A go up. The thing is let some go 5A up. You don't want to overwhelm those schools.
Yeah.
Sitting right there. That's why 5A and 4A are going to be bigger based upon this versus a 6A.
And it's a lot better than what they had the other last week when it was 40% of the state within the top 2 classes. So,
yeah, and that was not going to happen, and that was going to be an issue. But let some of 5A up in North. The thing is, no. The problem is that you can't let some of the 5A to get those 5As to go in North Florida to go up to 6. You would have to change those numbers so drastically because a lot of the schools that would be that if you want to put them in that 6A, you would have to like drastically increase the numbers, and that's not going to work.
No.
So, hey, I mean, think about it, Emory. They had a district in the metro. They had when it was 1S. They had John Carroll and Cardinal Mooney in the same district, and that was a talk about a trip across the coast.
I can give you an example about that. I mean, in Texas, when I was running Texas high school football, we had a school in El Paso called Anthony, Anthony, Texas. And they would have to travel all the way to Abilene for a district game. That's about an 8 or 9 hour drive.
No, absolutely. I mean, you talk about it now. I mean, you got Key West down there, and they have to go 3 hours just to play a district game. But that's because they know they have to. They have no choice.
Yeah.
That's a different situation than saying, hey, all right, well, I got a bunch of schools in the Panhandle. Most of them are in 4A or 5A. Tate's sitting over here in 6A, and boom. Because where's Columbia going to play? Well, Columbia's going to fall in that 4A range.
And it's funny looking at the deal. Florida's got one of the most diverse geographic anomalies in the entire country. So does Texas. So,
I mean, our geography is just that. It's geography, and we can't do anything much about it.
yeah.
So, but one of my things that I'll do this will be available for season ticket members. I'm hoping maybe I can do it a little bit tonight, some tomorrow. So we've already got stuff set up for the shows tomorrow. Again, we're not doing pick sixes here. That's why you don't see us doing pick six here. But so that's the case here. But we're going to be wrapping it up here in just a couple minutes here for this show here, Chris. But looking at this here real quick here again, I want to break. What I want to do is kind of project out what the districts may look like. But obviously, we don't have the new numbers. The new numbers are still coming in. But I can tell you this right now is that we do have the numbers from last year. Most schools are probably sitting around the same neighborhood of numbers. Terms based from last year. There's only going to be a couple schools I would say you move down based upon. Hey, Winston, I would say please refrain from that word in the comments. I don't want to repeat it. That's not nice, and I do not appreciate that word being thrown into the comments. It's not a good word. I can just say that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave that there. And I wish I could block it out on the thing. I'm gonna have to maybe go into the chat. So apology accepted. Just please don't use it again, please. Anyways, I just, looking at it here, I got to be really I really got to say this. Went back to early 2000s, Hardy was in a district with Cocoa Beach. Crazy. Wow, that's crazy. Same district with Cocoa Beach. That's crazy. That's that's a hike there too, Chris.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Joe's asking, Niceville, Crestview, Choctaw, and Fort Walton Beach could all be in the same district. Absolutely. Yes, they could be. And that would be something too. So there's a possibility there. Again, it all depends on the numbers, but I don't want to say the FHSAA because the forms were due, I think, last Thursday or Friday. And I'm trying to see if this is going to be the key thing is seeing if they put the enrollment numbers up. Okay, so they got they still got 24 numbers. Okay.
By the way, Josh, Beachside is now up 24-10.
Which
so they've gone from being down 10-3 to up 24-10.
Right now, so it looks like right now Martin County schools or Broward County schools in the same. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, Winston. But we'll see.
That's very feasible, though. Martin County and Broward County.
I think more like Palm Beach. Some of the Palm Beach schools.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, any final thoughts here, Chris, as we get ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they shape up on Thursday. So,
yeah. As we say here, Thursday we'll have the Drive the State show coming up here, starting at 11, and we'll talk to you all about that more as we go into the South Florida edition of the Blitz. We'll go and see what happens there. We'll talk more about that and more about everything here coming up here in just a few minutes here on the Blitz shows. Appreciate y'all watching.